Hey friends, CGS here, and today I'm going to bring you the tale of woe that I promised to tell you about when I bought this, the Philex XG, and what happened that you will quite honestly not believe. And shipping companies, you might want to look away now. Yeah, I had the biggest shock when Framus sent me that beautiful Philex guitar that I adore so much. I was really looking forward to it, and the order process was as smooth as anything. Framus, I must get that right, were absolutely exceptional in their customer service, and I knew exactly what was going on from their end. It was when it got to the UK that it became a problem. Now, you might recall a few months ago, back in September, October time, I also got an Axe, and that was delivered by exactly the same people. And I will reveal at the end of this video who this shipping company are, because I really feel that I should warn you to be very careful if you're using them in the UK. But way back when I got the Axe, just before going to Germany, I had a real issue in that, again, I had a tracking number through the courier's website, and I followed that. And the first thing that happened is they said that they tried to attempt delivery. And I was in at the exact time that they suggested that their delivery driver had turned up. Although when I went to look online, the time was much earlier in the day than the hour-long time slot that they had allocated me via text. So I thought nothing of it. And the following day, which was the second attempt at delivery, and their only final attempt at delivery, my wife came home to find the Axe sitting on the doorstep. Well, of course, I was really concerned about that, but hand on heart, in all honesty, I was far too excited about opening up the Axe and having a play around with it, and really didn't take it any further because the item hadn't gone astray. Fast forward to February of this year, and unfortunately, that wasn't the case with the Philex XG. Once again, I got a text on the day of delivery telling me an hour-long time slot, and I made sure that my parents were over here to look out for that turning up. And as it happened, I just managed to make it home early enough from work to be here as well. So we had a house full that could be corroborated that we were all here during the delivery time slot. However, when I went online to have a look, it said attempted delivery, failed, nobody at home. However, there was no card put through the letterbox. There was nobody turned up from this shipping company to knock on my front door, and we were all there, and I was actually looking out the window in excitement, knowing that this thing was coming. So I messaged the company via their website to say that they'd said that they tried to deliver it, but nobody was in, and we could absolutely guarantee that there were 3 of us in at the time that they attempted delivery. And in fact, my wife was also home during that period as well. It was clearly a lie on the part of the delivery driver. And again, when I looked at the scheduled time online, it appeared that the delivery driver had been along, but a lot earlier in the day than the allocated 1 hour time slot. They were going to re-deliver again the following day, so I thought best thing to do is to make sure that somebody's in at the right time. And so my wife took an afternoon off of work and waited patiently, very kindly, to take delivery. Once again, with no note through the door, and my wife having seen nobody arrive or knock at the door, we got a notification that the delivery had been made. You can imagine my absolute shock and horror, because unlike with the Axe delivery, it was left on the front doorstep. This time, there was nothing there. Nothing at all. And they had delivered my Framus XG. That's why my heart was racing in the video when I was unboxing it. As it turned out, this was a very happy story, but before we get there, I need to explain to you about what I did and what poor customer service this shipping carrier has in the UK. First and foremost, when I went onto the website to say, you've told me it's been delivered and there's no sign of my package, and it's a valuable, very important, unique package, no response, no way of raising a customer care line. I telephoned their hotline, and apparently that's only for use for express or special deliveries, whereas this was a recorded delivery that required a signature. I emailed them and also put an inquiry form through on their website explaining that they have delivered the package, but we haven't had it, and we certainly have not signed for it. So I requested sight of who had signed for it, the signature. I also spotted that online the delivery window had not only been missed, which was towards the end of the afternoon, but that it had been delivered earlier in the morning, before even my wife got home. So that made us even more nervous, because clearly the thing probably had been left on the doorstep again and somebody had swiped it. I was livid, because this thing is worth so much to me, so much more than the fair amount that I paid for it. It's also the fact that it's got sentimental value because I played it at GitCon. Phil X has played it himself, and I didn't know what to do. I really didn't know what to do. However, the story does have a happy ending, because we'd previously spoken to our neighbours about the axe effects being left on the doorstep and how valuable it was. And it just so happened that they saw the delivery driver turn up with this package and leave it on the doorstep without even contacting them next door. So how were this company to know that I wasn't actually away on business or on holiday, and in fact that our neighbours were away? He didn't even attempt to go and get it signed for by the neighbours, which is appalling. So the neighbours very kindly went over, picked up the guitar, took it in for me, and then later on, way later in the evening, when they got back home, they came round with the package and said this was left on the doorstep. The story doesn't end there though, because having registered that we hadn't signed for this package and that it had been delivered, and please could we see proof of signature, I got a query number, a reference number, which I tried quoting many times. And we had no further contact other than this email to give me a missing item number, except that then later that week, the delivery driver from the company turned up, knocked on the door, my wife was at home, and he demanded to see me and find out what had happened. Of course, I was at work, and my wife said, I know nothing about it. But she then phoned me, and I emailed this company again to say, please do not send anybody to our door. We just want to see proof of signature for delivery. That was over a month ago. We've heard nothing since. So I really felt I had to make this video to make you aware of this company. And I will name them. It is DHL. And I'm very disappointed in DHL. I would avoid using them ever again at all cost. Unfortunately, it wasn't my decision, because framus Warwick used them, and they're very reliable in Germany by all accounts. So it could just be one rogue element here locally to me in the UK. But I will avoid using DHL for any delivery ever again, because twice now they've left very valuable packages on my doorstep that require a signature, and they've left it with no signature and no guarantee that anybody was even home. Hopefully you haven't had similar experiences, but if you have, by all means, let me know in the comments down below and share them with others as well. I know that all delivery companies get it wrong and get it very right sometimes. A lot of our parcels that get delivered by Parcel Force or by Royal Mail, they very kindly leave a card and hide the package away somewhere in the garden or under a bin or behind a hedge if it's decent weather. So they do try to help you out, but this is unforgivable. Both of these packages were just left on the doorstep in full public view, and in this case it was quite a large box, so it would have been so easy for anybody passing by just to go and steal from the doorstep, and I'd have never seen my Phil X XG again. So that's why my heart was racing and I was out of breath at the start of the unboxing video, and why it was quite a panic, but a huge relief. And at the end of the piece, it's a happy ending because she's here, she's with me, and all's well that ends well. However, still heard nothing from DHL. I'll be really interested to see if anybody from DHL sees this video and bothers to contact me and follow up on it. Again, you're most welcome, DHL, to put some comment in the section down below, and I'll be very interested to see what happens when you have missing consignments. Everybody else, let me know if you've had problems with them, and if you've still got no resolution, then hopefully together we can raise this issue with DHL UK. It just isn't acceptable. Sorry that it's a bit of a rant today. I don't normally do these. I like to keep all of my video content as positive as possible. I just really felt that you deserved a warning and to understand what happened. And I will return to my usual positive programming forthwith. And I'll be back really soon with more of that. In the meantime, if you've enjoyed this video, give it a like anyway, or if you want to, give this one a thumbs down for DHL. But by all means, feel free to subscribe, that can't hurt. And if you do subscribe, click that bell icon so that you get notified when I do uploads. And that's usually most Tuesdays and Fridays. And there's lots more coming, very exciting stuff, which you can probably see from the sign up behind me. We have Alex Green coming in, installing some Algree pickups coming up really soon, and that's going to be a fun video. You wait until you hear this guitar. It's amazing. Anyway, for the time being, I just want to wish you all well, and as usual, folks, you take good care.